Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. It's Kaylan Alex. If you're new here, welcome. Go ahead and subscribe, become part of the tribe. And if you're returning, thank you so much for tuning in. So today, as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be sharing a little unboxing / review with you guys. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get into the video. This particular item has been on my wish list for the longest time. I think even 2 videos I have talked about wanting these shoes and not being able to find them at retail pricing and just like almost giving up. Like I almost gave up, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it because there's no such thing as unavailable, right? So I kept looking, kept searching. I found it. I got it. Now that I have it, I have some things to share. And I'm just like, okay, so let's get into it. So these are the shoes that I got a pair of Amina Muaddi's. This is my first pair. First impression of the shoes, like everything. So you open the box, here it is. I got a pair of the satin pink Begum, I think. It looks like Belgium to me. Pumps, and they're so cute. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off for the purpose of this video, just so you can get the fullness of the shoe. Let's start with the pros. So the pros of this shoe is that it's a beautiful shoe. Like pink is my favorite color, so anything pink I'm here for. I love the hot pink of this shoe. I love the tone pink. It's a little bit more blue, which I like in a hot pink, and I just love the crystal detail. Love the shoe, love the martini heel. I feel like this design on this shoe is like a modern twist to like a classic design. So in my mind, this shoe kind of reminds me of the Manolo Blahnik shoes, the Hengasi pumps. Now, I was actually in between the hot pink Hengasi pumps and this one, and I was like, but I couldn't find that one in my size, and I ended up finding this one, which I was like, okay, maybe it's meant to be. But I just feel like that Manolo is obviously a classic design. We're not talking about Manolo here. This shoe, I feel like, is a modern twist to the Hengasi. So obviously it's a completely different design, but they're similar in my opinion. You have the crystal toe, you have the same slingback pump style shoe. Obviously there's a martini heel. This is a slingback. We know the differences, but I just feel like it's a modern twist to that design. And a twist to the classic slingback pump. This shoe fits true to size. This was my first time ordering Amina Muaddi's. I've never tried them on in store because really they aren't really available here that I've been able to try on. So I was like, I'm gonna have to go by reviews and blindly order, hoping that it works for me. I got my true Euro size, which is a 39. It fits like a glove. Now my foot is flat, so usually like I'm a true US 8 in like length, but sometimes I have to size up a half size because of the width. Now my foot isn't wide, but it is a little bit wider than like a narrow shoe because I am flat-footed. So when I tried this shoe on, I was concerned that the toe box might be an issue because of the pointiness of it, which tends to give me a problem sometimes. But I didn't have that at all. I put my foot in. It has like perfect area around, the toe box area. So my foot fits in it perfectly. When I say it fits like a glove, like I tried this shoe on and I felt like Cinderella. I felt like this shoe was made for my foot. I don't know. I really do like it. I really do love it. And it was worth me waiting to try on at least. Okay, so now that we've gotten the great reviews and the great pros out of the way, I'm going to share with you guys some cons. Now, my cons and the things that I'm going to mention, I will say that from talking about this with my mom and my grandma when I first got them, they were cosmetic issues to me that probably the average person might not notice. But if you're a shoe girl, if you're a handbag girl, if you're a luxury girl, if you're a fashion girl that pays attention to detail, it is something that I think that you might notice, okay? The first thing, the major thing, really the only thing that I have about this shoe that I do not like is the craftsmanship of the shoe, which I know can be like a big deal. That's my biggest issue. I just feel like, to generalize it, is that the shoe seems, whether it is or not, is not. It seems mass produced rather than handmade, like each pair is handmade, if you get what I'm saying. So the first thing that I noticed immediately when I took it out the bag without even really looking at it is the detailing of the heel. If you can see here, the heel is kind of like lifted up, and it's dented for sure right here. Like it's an indentation there, and it's kind of lifted along the heel. That is what I noticed immediately when I got the shoe. I have a few theories about maybe why. This heel could be a instead of this piece being glued on, like some parts of the shoe or some shoes are, it could be just nailed in, like how I think a lot of heels kind of are. They're just like stuck in, and this could be as far in up as the heel can go. So it kind of like looks as though it's raising, but in actuality it's just, that's as high as the heel would go. And probably what could have made it less noticeable is if the leather here kind of either came down a little bit more or was just a little bit thicker here. That way this wouldn't have been noticeable. But as you guys can see here, there's definitely an indentation, and it's, I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but it's raised here a little bit, or it appears as though it's raised. So that was something that I noticed immediately when trying it on. Again, I don't know if that, what could be the reason. It could be because of also that this heel is not a straight heel. It is this martini shape, and it's just the way that the shoe has to be because of the design of the heel. Okay, the next thing that I noticed was in the inside of the heel, you'll see that the sole of how it's cut off in the inside is not evenly cut around the rim. Like there's a lot of this like leather kind of, it's stitched and cut down, but it's not properly cut to the size of the shoe. So there is a lot of extra material coming up the side of the shoe, up even in the toe box, which you guys can't see because of the camera and lighting and stuff, but all up here, it's like, it's not cut properly. I still see some of the glue, and in fact, when I took the paper out of the other shoe, there's white paper stuck to the top of the shoe, and I'm thinking it's because it felt like glue, like it felt sticky. So I'm thinking that maybe the glue hadn't dried or something. Even in the top of the shoe here, you can kind of see some dots of glue. But I mean, I can just kind of rub it out or like scrape it out a little bit, but I also don't want to ruin the bottom of the shoe because I have not worn them yet. But that was an issue. And then the bottom of it, there is creasing all the way up here. So it looks kind of like they've been worn, but I know they haven't. The sole is obviously still clear and clean, but there's creasing all down here, and I still see some of the glue or this from it being pressed here. Those are just a few things that I noticed off rip. And like I said, my mom made a good point. The things that I noticed, those few details that I just listed here, the average person, I don't think would probably notice that. But being that I pay attention to detail, I actually study, I wouldn't say I study my items, but I just want to make sure that what I'm paying for, I'm getting. So when I think about the fact that this shoe was $1,100, And when I immediately see the shoe, I notice those few flaws. I'm kind of like, I mean, these ain't cheap. They ain't cheap. And I don't feel like for this amount, I should be seeing that kind of stuff. Now, granted, no brand has a perfect item every single time. Every item is 100% perfect, because no one's perfect. Nothing can be perfect. But I feel like there is a standard that there should be, you know, some type of care. And I feel like minor issues, like these type of issues, I feel like for the price shouldn't be there. Now that's just this shoe. There were a few other flaws on the other shoe that I noticed. But like I said, again, the average person may not notice those issues, and they're not issues that I feel like will affect the wear or design of the shoe over time. So it's not like I have a ripped piece of satin, a stained piece on the shoe, the heel is coming off, or it's loose, or the sole is literally coming off. I don't think the problems or the issues are significant enough for them to affect the wear or the design of the shoe over time. My only thought comes from the price that you pay for the shoe and seeing the flaws in the shoe. It's kind of like my thing. But other than that, I do love the shoe. I probably won't get rid of the shoe or return it, simply because I don't feel like the flaws will affect the wear of the shoe long term. Like if it was something that I feel like over time this is just going to get worse and the shoe is going to be ruined, definitely would send back. But I don't believe these are those type of issues, especially with the heel. I literally just think that's because of the way the heel is made, this is going to be here on every shoe that is made like this, because this is consistent with my other heel. Like it's not like the other heel is different, it's consistent. And then again, if this is not consistent and you have these shoes and you don't have any of these problems, then maybe that I just got a faulty pair, which I do not want to believe that happened. Or maybe I do. No, but seriously though, like I said, I don't think there are issues that could alter the wear or design of the shoe long term, which is why I probably won't send them back. But as far as making or collecting a collection of them, I don't know that I would be doing that at this point in time. And I do know that it is a very new designer, a new brand, so it takes time for perfection in every single piece. So I cut them slack in that area, like, come on. But other than that, I really do like this shoe. I think it's a beautiful color. I think it's a beautiful design. And all of the pros that I mentioned, I stand by, and there's that. So if you're still interested in this shoe or interested in a similar pair or just getting a pair, my advice would be to continue to continuously look for the shoe. I knew I really wanted this shoe. I stalked the websites that I knew this shoe would pop up on every other day because I was ready to buy this shoe. I was searching for it, and I specifically wanted the sling back. I saw the pink and I specifically wanted the hot pink. So I actually was able to get it because when I first saw it, it was pre-ordering on multiple sites. So I knew that eventually it was going to become available for sale, which it did. So I just kept checking like every other day. And I didn't check for long, maybe like a week or so. And then it ended up popping up available for me to purchase. But if you're not crazy about the specific shoe that you want and you just want maybe this style, I would say to search the name of the shoe. This was the specific name of the one you want or this shoe, and then see what sites come up. I ended up getting mine from the Webster because they are who had them available in my size. A few places have them, but of course these shoes go quick. When they become available, they go quick. So I ended up finding these at the Webster. But again, I searched them every time I thought about it. I just did a quick search to see if maybe they popped up somewhere. Another good tip is to search the shoe that you want and your size. And sometimes the sites that have the shoe available in your size, it will pop up, and then you can obviously purchase. Another way you can go about getting them is going through a shopper or some type of shopping service. I personally did not go that route because I didn't want to pay the premium. But if you don't mind paying the premium, usually it's no more than like $500 depending on the item for something like this. And if you don't want to wait, you can just get it from a shopper. You can do that as well. So yeah, that is going to be my review of this shoe. I will obviously have some shots on here so that you guys can see what it looks like on. But other than that, I love this shoe. I will probably keep the shoe simply because I don't think the cons will alter the longevity of the shoe. I don't think so. But I just wanted to point those things out in case you were wondering. So that is going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. If you have this shoe, or you're looking to get this shoe, or you have this shoe, have the same issues, or don't have these issues, let me know in the comments what you guys think, and we can chat about it. Keep it cute, okay? But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to drop a nice comment down below. Subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get a notification when I post again, and I'll see you in the next video.